Hi, and welcome to the Starship review. You may have seen the couple episodes past few days about the Wii U. Some are saying that it's discontinued, some are saying that it's not. Mainly Nintendo saying that it's not, that it's simply cutting down production. Well, when we get definite news about that, we will make an episode about it. But today we're going to talk about the upcoming Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch is it's a hybrid video game console. As a hybrid video game console, it's hard to explain really what it wants to be. It's got a detachable tablet-like thing that you can attach controllers to, or you can hook it up to your TV, which is pretty nice also. Unlike the recent couple consoles, mainly GameCube, Wii U, this one is going back to ROM cartridges, specifically flash ROM cartridges, and no optical discs with this one. That is a really interesting concept because, you know, it's an old technique it's been utilized for a long time, and I find that really interesting. The new controller is something that is really interesting. The name of it right now is the Joy-Con controller, and what it is just two separate controllers. I guess you could say they're similar to the Wii remotes. Kinda, not really. They attach to either a solid piece for a standalone controller that you can use with your TV, or you can connect it to the side of each of this tablet device that is with the system, that docks into the system. The tablet device docks into the system, which makes it really interesting. As you read, in the past, the new Nintendo console was formerly known as the NX. It was known as the NX for at least a year and a half. And it was, the Wii U itself was not a really, I don't want to say desired console, but it was something that really wasn't needed. And the main thing that the main reason that the Nintendo Wii U failed was because it reused the name Wii, and it confused a lot of consumers. Moms and dads were saying, "Oh, well, son, you have a Wii at home. You don't need another one." Well, Mom, this is a different system. Well, it's a Wii. The problem with that was that the name really threw people off. Not only that, but they didn't release a whole lot of really good third-party games. I mean, there were a couple that were good, but it was not much to be desired. And I think that's one reason that it seemed to fail. Now, some would beg to differ that the Wii U did not fail, but in reality, in terms of sales, it did really fail. The games that they did release for it were mostly first-party games, like the Mario games. I mean, those really make Nintendo, you know. And I think that's one reason that it didn't get off the ground. The same thing happened with, if you noticed in the past, game systems like the Sega Dreamcast in the late 90s, 1999. It had a similar problem. And the thing with it was that, it really didn't have a problem. It was a really popular system. They just didn't sell a whole lot of them. The main reason that they didn't sell a lot of the Dreamcasts back then was due to the fact that, at first it sold really well. And then along came PlayStation 2 and knocked the crap out of it. In 2000, I think it was October 2000. Yeah, it was October 2000, and that really hurt it. I mean, at that point, I was still playing PlayStation. I used the original PlayStation. I played it until at least 2003 before I upgraded to my next console. I think my next console after that was directly a original Xbox. See, it used to be that you were dedicated to one console and you stuck with that console until the end. Now there's just so many options out there that you don't really know what to do. And Nintendo Switch is jumping headfirst into that market of all these consoles. And when there's just so little money that you have to spend as a gamer, you have to decide which one you want. Now, I think the thing that will throw off gamers the most is the tablet LCD monitor that docks with it. I mean, if you stuck with the Wii U, then it shouldn't be a problem. But with this, it's gonna throw you off a little bit. I was watching the demonstration video where it showed the guy. He's on a plane. He's got this little thing in front of him, and he detaches the controllers from it. It works like a Wii remote and a nunchuck controller, and it just looks kind of confusing. I mean, I can't play a game with my hands just flailing around in the air. I mean, it was fine with the Wii remote. It was perfectly fine because it actually had a, I mean, you could turn it sideways and use it as a remote. I mean, it's a regular controller, that is. But with this one, it's just, you're just out there. I mean, it's still November 2016. Actually, it's November 4th, 2016 that this is recorded on and will be posted on. But there's not a lot known about it yet. I do know that the resolution on the monitor, I think it's with the monitor and the console itself. I don't know if you could really consider it a console. It's a hybrid, like I said. It's 720p resolution, which I'm guessing you can upscale to 1080i. I'm not real sure yet, so we'll just have to wait and see on that one. I'm guessing you can, but most likely yes. But we're still waiting for that. There hasn't been any accessories known about it yet. None that have been released yet, but we're still waiting for that. It is confirmed that it will use a custom system on chip from the NVIDIA Tegra series. Other than that, there's not a lot known about it at this time. And a lot of people speculate that it could also be backwards compatible with Nintendo DS and 3DS games. Well, that's been confirmed that it will not be compatible. And you can't use Wii or Wii U optical discs either. But I do think a cool idea would be if they pulled a Sega CD and did something to where through a USB you could attach a device, let's say a dual device. They could play your Wii, your Wii U, your DS, and your 3DS games all in one thing. And even cooler if it could play GameCube games. I think that would be interesting to see. But of course we know that's not going to happen. No, Nintendo's not going to do that. So far, some of the games that are announced for it, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of Wind. It was originally supposed to be for the Wii U, but it's also going to be released on the Switch. So I don't know how gameplay will differ with it. I guess it's kind of like back when they had a Zelda game for GameCube and Wii released at the same time. It turned out they were just a mirror image of each other. And if you don't believe that, Google it. It's true. And of course, there's going to be a Super Mario game of some sort. I wish they'd bring back the Mario Party series. I don't know if they did any Mario Party games for the Wii U. I know they did for Wii, but not for Wii U. And of course, Splatoon, that's big now. That was a big title on the Wii U. That one's definitely going to be coming through. And of course, never Mario Kart. That'll be pretty cool. Something that's really interesting about the demo, the trailer that they released back in a couple weeks ago, it showed the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. That would be so awesome. I wonder if they're going to release a special edition for it. I've heard that they're not, but it'd be pretty cool, I think. And I think if things go well, we may even see the first Fallout game for a Nintendo system. I'm not sure. I don't think they ever did one. I think back when GameCube was around, they almost developed a Fallout game for it, but it was canceled. Don't quote me on that, but that is from what I believe. And Take-Two Interactive, they've said that they may publish games for the system. It's not confirmed yet, but there's a lot of publishers on board. It would take too many to name. Some of them that I can name right off are pretty cool. Those publishers would be Activision, Capcom, Electronic Arts, Sega, Ubisoft, people like that. There's a lot of them. If you want to check out the list, you can go online, Google Nintendo Switch publishers, and you can see some of that. Some other games that are going to be coming out for it is Just Dance 2017. There's one titled Project Sonic 2017. It doesn't have an official name yet. Dragon Quest X, and there's a couple others. It's going to be pretty cool. From what I have read so far, that there's a lot of hype for it, but there's a lot of nervous fans about it because they don't know if it's really going to do that well. But only time could tell. It comes out in March 2017. I'm planning on pre-ordering one, not now, but at some point. But it's going to be pretty cool. The thing that Nintendo's using to hold over fans until the Nintendo Switch comes out is the NES little whatever that has built-in games. Has can save. I think they say it could save 4 games. I don't know a lot about it. I didn't pre-order one. There's no use in pre-ordering one if you have a Retron. I mean, you can go on eBay and find the cartridges that have like 150 games. You invest in one of those cartridges and that's all you ever need. I mean, but that's just me talking. I like to save money as a gamer, which I'm sure everybody likes to, but I just don't see any desire in it. I mean, there's a collector's thing to it, but at the end of the day, it's still a plug and play. It is still a plug and play. I mean, you got the Sega one that came out. It's been out for a couple years now. I bought one of those, and I bought a couple of the Atari ones just for, just to see what it's about. And the Atari ones are fun, but they break easily, and I go through a couple of them every few years. They're inexpensive to replace, which is good. You can get one used for about $20. You can get one new for about $40, unless your local Family Dollar or Dollar General is having a special on them, which God knows they got a bunch of those things. I mean, ColecoVision and Television, God, those things bombed. But you know how it goes. The ColecoVision plug and play that was pretty cool, but the Intellivision, we'll get into that in a later episode, maybe. But Nintendo Switch, it's gonna be pretty awesome, it looks like, and I would recommend when they have demos of these things in stores, if they do, your local Walmart, your Best Buy, Toys R Us, whatever, try them out before you buy one. Because if it's not for you, you don't need it. But if you like it and you're a Nintendo fan and you want it, go ahead. Of course, I didn't name everything about it today, but we'll have update episodes. We're going to call this one, I guess, 11/4/2016. Just so, you can watch these videos by date or for archive purposes. And you can use it as a reference, But that's all I have to say about the Nintendo Switch. I mean, there's the Wii U still going to exist for a while, apparently, so you can always buy one of those for Christmas, but, kids aren't going to want one. They're going to say, or even parents are going to say, it's out of date now, you got the new Nintendo coming out. They're not going to make any more games for this. Well, Apparently they're going to make games for a couple more years for the Wii U, it sounds like. So they're not going to cut it loose just yet. But, yeah, the Nintendo Switch comes out in March 2017. We'll keep you updated on it the best we can. This is the Starship Review signing off. Until next time, we will see you, and we will discuss something else awesome. Until next time, see ya.